welcome back to Accelerate and welcome back to the Mark 1 Audi TT build series.
Yeah, today we're busting out the DRAGY to see what this thing will do 0 to 60.
Yes, now we are going to compare it as it sits now and when we actually get it mapped. But first of all, if you're joining us for the first time, let's run through the car. So for those joining us for the first time, what have we got, cuz?
This is my Audi TT Mark 1. It's the 225 BAM. We've done a lot of work to this thing. I've had it about 8 months now, and all we've actually done is like repair everything that was broken.
Yes.
So, but yeah, done with the mods.
Wasn't the plan originally.
It wasn't. I was hoping to spend our money on modifications, but...
Because in fairness, you bought this car completely standard. It didn't look anything like this when you bought it.
No.
We were going to jump straight into the power mods, but hey-ho. So yes.
Yeah.
Once it was all fixed, what did we do?
Right, we had to replace a lot of pipe work first because we had a lot of boost leaks and vacuum leaks and oil leaks and everything else was leaking and everything else had holes in it. So we replaced it with a Badger 5 tip, which is the turbo intake pipe, with a nice Pro-Ram filter. We've done all that. We fitted a forged diverter valve.
Yes, got to get that right.
Yes, we have to, yeah. We deleted the N249. We deleted most of the PCV system. We fitted a front mount intercooler. Fitted an upgraded clutch with a twin friction plate, which had to be done because of the slave cylinder. So we got a 3-inch downpipe, D-cat, all the way back.
Yep, 3-inch all the way.
3-inch all the way. We had it on the dyno last week.
Yes, this is the most interesting one.
Yeah, now, as you know, these are supposed to be around 225 stock.
What did ours run?
This actually ran 225.2 brake horsepower, which I was really happy. No, I was really happy with it because at the end of the day, this thing's done 128,000 miles. I kept saying 126 on the other one. It's 128, and it's 23 years old. Yeah. So for the pull stock power, all right, there are bolt-ons, but as everyone knows, without mapping, they don't really do anything. They just help with the breathing. Yeah. 207 foot-pound of torque as standard. This actually was 243.
That was the impressive part.
Yeah. So
I think
gained quite a bit of torque.
That's the main contributor today. Yeah. And to get the excuses out of the way, I will back you up on this. As we're speaking now, it is actually still raining. The floor is wet. Yeah. Amongst the other modifications, we're running Pirelli P0s, which we are not the biggest fans of.
I hate them. They are very, very slippery. I really do. They suck.
Yeah, but you finally had we had issues with the quattro system, and like we said, if you are joining us for the first time, everything we've just mentioned, we've got a full documentation of the build and some really interesting stuff that's gone wrong and ways to fix it and things like that.
Well, it was front-wheel drive when I bought it. Yeah. So yeah, the Haldex unit was broken, so we had to do that. That was another thing. Service the Haldex unit, new controller,
which you didn't plan on any of this.
None of it at all. So
and like you keep saying, for the money you've spent on it, well, way more than that you could have bought. There was one that was forged, ready to go. But for you guys, he bought this one thinking it was immaculate, and
in all fairness, on the surface it was clean.
It was, yeah.
But yeah, it'll just you do sort of expect these things, but it was like the leaky clutch slave cylinder.
That was a kick.
That was a pain. I changed a massive cylinder while it was out. We've just done a thermostat. Yep. It's had a time belt water pump. Do you know what I mean? This has had a lot.
Do you know, it's only now you mention it, I'm like, crikey, you've done a bit to this car. It's taken 8 months
for us to do a 0 to 60, and we're going to be doing the first drive again.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was going to rip on you and say, you know, we can finally do it because we haven't even done the first drive properly. No. We're finally going to be able to do it now to compare it to when it gets mapped, but it's not your fault.
It's not.
This car has fought you every step.
It has. Now, obviously, with this 0 to 60 video as well, I haven't actually launched this thing yet. We've not embedded a clutch in. Yep. So obviously launching a 4-wheel drive can be a little bit tricky as well.
As you learned from the Evo and all the other 4-wheel drive cars.
I wasn't too bad with it, so before I got to big myself up, I'm pretty good at
there we go. You better be spot on then.
I will, and you know, if they need me to do like Yanamize, whatever his name is, I'll do it properly, man, because he sucks. So, but yeah, anyway, let's try and get this thing off a line, is it?
First of all, what is the standard? Because I want to compare it to standard as well. Of course, I'm sure these guys want to. Do you know what they are standard?
I've had a quick look online and it varies slightly, but it's around 6.4 seconds.
That sounds about right to me because one place said 7.7, which I don't think.
Which the 180 is supposed to be 7.6, so that doesn't make sense. So we're going to say 7.8 standard. Anything under is a bonus. Like, nah.
But no, someone will correct us either way. But anyway, it's literally just starting to rain again.
We're going to hook the cameras up and I'm going to go from that dry patch.
On this on this private road, let's go.
Yes. Come off a line pretty well. It does feel very slow at the moment though. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, that looked and sounded good. I think he touched the limiter. which I'm hoping he was actually in 60 by then anyway, but God, that sounded good when I hit the limiter. And in case you can't tell, he's going for the quarter-mile time this time. We want to get as much data as we can to compare it to when it's mapped, because we think it's going to make a heck of a difference. The rev hang that we keep talking about, honestly, is something I've never seen anything like it. So if you're wondering why he's not, for all those saying, oh, you need to change gear quicker, you can't. It just bogs the whole thing down and sounds like it's going to break something if you shift too fast. But I'm hoping that looked really good. I'm hoping this is the one, because I don't want to put too much pressure on his brand new clutch. I'm itching to see this.
I got it off the line again pretty well.
Yeah?
It's just that rev hang, man. You got to wait to change gear.
You can. I think, yeah, I'm glad you said that, because on the video, from behind, it's like, why isn't he changing gear? There's mad rev hang on this thing.
I hate it. It's the worst thing about this car.
So it's all verified. Okay, we got a verified 0 to 60, 7.47.
7.4? I said it felt slow.
Yeah.
I did actually say when we were driving, I was like, it feels really slow.
Yeah, well, like I said, we've got not the best tyres on not the best road. Yeah. And you've never launched this thing.
No, that's it. I think I got it off the line quick enough. But it's just that waiting for the rev hang to drop.
That's killing you, I think.
It's a pain. Like I said, you can't switch gears quick enough.
Because if you do, it just bogs the whole thing, doesn't it?
Straight away.
Yeah.
But we'll try to get him once more.
Yep. Yes. So as I say, you've got a quarter-mile time of 31 seconds. So I'm guessing you let off. I'm hoping you let off.
Yeah, I let off and turned around. So. Just bogs down. It's just the car bogs down as you change gear. It feels terrible.
Right, that looked and sounded good.
It did some. Do you know what I've just discovered with this car? Do you know that rev hang?
Yeah.
Do you know if you change gear really quickly, it just bogs down? Yeah. You've got no boost.
Yeah.
It's out of boost for some reason.
I literally just said that to the camera.
That's what I was just saying on this. It's just horrible.
So we got a load of verifieds. That's good.
Sweet.
So we got 0 to 60 verified 7.45.
Sounds about right. Yeah, because like I said, on most cars in boost, when you're in boost and you change your gear, you stay in boost. Yeah. This comes completely off boost. It is literally 0 boost. Yeah. And then you're having to re-spool back up into second, off boost, into third, back into boost. Yeah, it's horrible. So I'm hoping that the mapping will really.
Everyone says, yeah, it will sort the rev hang out, so I hope so.
I really do. I don't know how fast we got to, because I got to the end and I was like, oh my god, we gotta slow down.
Well, we can see on the screen record, luckily, we've got an 8-mile time of 9.69. I have no idea if that's good for an 8-mile. Yeah. Quarter mile, 15.01.
That's not too bad, considering it's wet.
Again, I wouldn't know what to expect, to be honest.
No, well, to be honest, like I said, 15 seconds from a stock car. Yeah. Without any mapping for a 21-year-old stock car. Yeah. That weighs 3,000 tons.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the other thing as well. Yeah. I've just had a look over the data now. We are going to go with, we had a verified 7.45 seconds, which is about what you were expecting.
Yeah, like I said, I know they claim 6.4. That's never really there.
That's tested under perfect conditions on a brand new car.
Yeah, when I went on the forums, people are saying you expected more around 7.8.
Okay. In that case, yeah.
So yeah, it's about pretty much where it should be. Yeah. Like I said, the problem with this car, that the way it just comes off boost, it's just weird.
It literally bogs down.
I've never had a car that does it.
It's as if it doesn't like being driven fast, because as soon as you try and slam it into, like, I was thinking about the Civic. Do you know the Civic? You can bang it into the next, and I know there's no turbo on it, but you could bang it into the next gear and it was ready to go. But this is just panics.
Yeah, but even the Evo. You were in the boost. When you were changing gear, you were still in boost. Yeah. This just comes completely off and it's got a re-spool. Now, I don't know if that's normal. Comment. I don't know if somebody else experienced it, because I've never experienced that with most boosted performance cars anyway.
Yeah, because we've never done, we haven't done this much pushing of a VAG car. Like I say, we've owned turbo cars, but nothing
mainly
like
Japanese.
this. So maybe that's what it is, but we have had people telling us the mapping will help the rev hang. We really are hoping it will help the rev hang, which will in turn
there's
help.
Going to be a TD for sale.
Yeah. I said either that or it needs anti-lag.
Yes, I'm down for that. Let's do it. If I blow the turbo,
I thought I'd have to convince you.
No, let's do it. Anything that'll stop it driving like that, because it's horrible. I've just said to you, didn't I, off camera? Yeah. When you're up in the speed on this thing, when you're doing like 60, 70 mile an hour and you put into 70, it drives a lot better, it feels a lot quicker, but anything off the mark up to like 50, 60 mile an hour, it's not the best.
It feels eager beyond that point, but low down, it's just as if it doesn't want to do anything.
No, it doesn't, which is the opposite of my Subaru. Like my Impreza, up to 80 mile an hour was rapid, and then after 80, you know, you'd pass her in an eco boom, you know, it just felt like that. But this is completely opposite to it. So yeah, anyway.
But like I said, the mapping is due actually a week yesterday. Depending when this video goes out, but it is going to be very soon. We are going to get the mapping video out as soon as possible because we know you guys are eager to see it.
Yeah, and if it survives that, we'll do another 0 to 60.
Yeah, which you probably won't survive then. But content anyway,
dude, honestly.
But yeah, like I said, we've still got a lot coming with this. So yeah, for now, thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.
It may go bang.
See, it almost went boom.